They have fries with queso as a side. That would be so tits.
It's that time again. Time for the all-new Culture Cast, which begins right now. All right, welcome back, everyone, to, what do we call ourselves? The all-new Culture Cast, that's it, yeah. And I'm Nick, and tonight I'm with Mike.
Hello.
And Corinne.
Hi.
And we're here to talk about UHF, which is an amazing movie that does not get enough recognition, in my opinion.
Correct.
Amen.
Let me ask you guys before we start, when did you first watch UHF? What's your history?
When it came out, absolutely. I'm born in 1979, so I was about 11 or 12 when it came out. And my brother was 14, 15, and we both were in love with it. We were huge Weird Al fans anyway. So, I mean, and it kind of was completely steered at our age group anyway, I think. So we have been on board the entire time. Huge fans.
So you're an OG fan. You're like one of the 3 people who saw it in theaters.
Very much so. Many times. Loved it. Had the soundtrack and listened to it ad nauseum. Loved it. And I would like at some point during this podcast for us all to go through the list of everything in the soundtrack and discuss why they're all the best songs ever.
I'm okay with that.
They're all pretty great.
My experience is a little different. Actually, UHF was my introduction to him. When I was a kid, when we went to the grocery store, and I saw the movie on sale for like $3 or $4. And I was like, oh, this looks fun. I thought it was just going to be a collection of sketches. I had no idea it was like an actual movie.
Wow.
And after I saw that, I ended up really loving it, and I would get some of the albums. I loved Bad Hair Day mostly because I loved the song Amish Paradise because I could not get Gangsta's Paradise by Coolio because it was on a parental advisory CD and I could not get that. So I had to settle for Weird Al, which was actually, let's be honest, that was more of an upgrade, if anything. So I was okay with that.
Much more fun.
I have, I guess, a different story as well. I remember seeing the preview for this again and again and again as a kid because one of the movies my parents and I watched very frequently was Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. And in the beginning of the VHS of Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, they had an advertisement for UHF. And I would so yeah, I every time I watched the movie, we'd have the kids out there. There used to be a thing called VHS. And they used to have like commercials and before you could watch the movie.
Like 20 minutes of commercials.
Yeah, the previews, if you will.
Yeah, it depends on the era of VHSs. Like I think the older time span that the VH let me take that. It's like you find like a bell curve. Like when they first started, the movie would start. And then as VHS became more popular, there'd be more and more previews, especially on Disney's. And then as the decline of VHS, they started to become fewer and fewer. Because they needed tape space, because at the end of the tape space, they would try to put like a special feature be on the DVD, and they still wanted to sell the VHSs, so they're like, oh, here's a special feature of making the film at the end of the movie. So you had to like forward through the credits. So you started becoming less. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Never saw it. I mean, I was aware of Weird Al, and I heard some of his music, especially in high school, when I got more aware of him. It wasn't until my sophomore year of college that my roommate purchased the DVD because it had just come out on DVD and I did. I'm like, I've never seen this. Let's watch this. And loved it from there on out.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's my. It's not a great story. Sorry.
I'm kind of fascinated that so many people didn't watch it as kids, because I can't imagine watching it as an adult. I would think that it would be kind of corny and stupid as.
Well, I still was a kid when I saw it.
Yeah,
I was still a kid.
Fair enough, but I can't imagine watching it as an adult. I don't know.
Again, UHF is also one of those perfect college movies that's so dumb it's funny that I think can get played in that college circuit. So I might have been on the very cusp. But I mean, I get if you like Weird Al and you know what you're getting yourself into, I think you could still appreciate it even as an adult. I that'd be a great. I would love to show it to. Well, my parents are deceased, but maybe my in-laws, and to see if they have any reaction to this. Like, I don't know. They might not. It's Weird Al speaks to a very specific generation, and he kind of had a comeback a few years ago when what album was that came out? He did like the Lord parody and
Yeah, he had
Word Crimes.
Word
Wasn't that
Crimes.
one?
Word Crime.
Yeah.
That was a great
I got that
album.
one.
It had and he had the instead of Royals it was foil or something like aluminum foil. That was a really that was a great video. That was a really funny video to that one. And yeah, he had some and instead of Happy it was Tacky. There was a popular one that was on it. That was a great album.
Mandatory Fun. Mandatory Fun.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, I remember at one point, right when that album released, there was a rumor, totally false, but there was a rumor that they were trying to get Weird Al to play at the Super Bowl that year, which would be amazing if that ever happened, but that would never happen. His stuff is too bizarre that I don't think it would appeal to a mainstream audience that the NFL is trying to reach out to, but...
Right. Oh, and the other song I was obsessed with Weird Al was also on Bad Hair Day. It was Gump. It was a parody of Lump by the Presidents of the United States. So it was a parody song about Forrest Gump.
I think the first thing I got clued in with Weird Al, other than knowing that he existed and was a thing, was his Star Wars song about Miss American Pie. Was it Miss American Pie? Where he had like he pretty much like sang the whole plot to Star Wars Episode 1 in that song, and Running with Scissors. That's the name of the album.
Okay.
He came out that I was, so I kind of got familiar. That's how I first like started listening to his music. But then of course I went back at that point. Weird Al's great. He's absolutely great.
Amazing. He's really been pretty solid. Like I can probably every decade I'd say at least probably has some album that even if it wasn't super popular, I could name a few songs from. Like there was a time like the early 2000s, an album that my brother liked that I remember my nephew loved as a baby, and then it had it might have been right around the time of Lump if it didn't have the Lump song. It had like the song Ridin' Dirty, it said it had White and Nerdy.
Yeah,
with White and Nerdy. That was a great one.
Okay, yeah.
And that was another one with a really, really great video. And then instead of that Closet song by R. Kelly, had that song that goes on and on about being in the closet.
Yeah.
He had another one, but it's like being in the like White Castle drive-thru or something.
Oh.
Yes.
It was so good.
I'm gonna have to look this one up.
These are really funny, and my nephew loved them as a baby. He would always ask for them because he thought they were so funny, and they really were like really, really solid stuff. Like it was still really quite good.
Was that the one? The one you're talking about? Was that the one where he goes on about like hating sauerkraut and he married someone named Zelda and he wanted a bear claw?
Quite possibly, yeah. These all would make sense. Yeah, trapped in the drive-thru. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
maybe I'm thinking of a different one then.
The album is Straight Outta Linwood.
That was a great one.
And that came out in 2006.
Okay, the one I'm thinking of was earlier than that. What was that one? It's like a Shaggy Dog story where he's
Poodle Hat, maybe?
Oh man, I don't remember. I have to know this. We'll get to UHF eventually, but I have to know.
Well, he has such a great career, and one fun thing is that this movie is like really just out of nowhere. Like he never does anything like before and nothing like it after.
Mm-hmm.
He never just like plays this other character who's not himself. in a lead in a movie. Like, okay, he does voices on animated series a lot and stuff every now and again.
Yeah.
But like, he never just made it. Like, this was so weird that he made this one thing that, as far as I can tell, was relatively successful, at least to my generation for sure. And then like it was never recreated. Like, it was never done.
Albuquerque. That's the name of the song. It's like a 15-minute song of this like rambling story about how I can't even describe it because it just
It does
goes
sound
on.
familiar. I think I've
so
heard
bizarre.
it before. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to.
Oh,
revisit
it's not
the
Running
catalog.
with Scissors. Of course it was.
I think I'm gonna have to revisit his catalog tonight.
Oh, it was all so great. And I mean, obviously in the 80s, he just ruled the world. Like, he was amazing when he first came out.
Actually, we're going on
that
the
was
road trip.
definitely his-
We're going on a road trip,
are,
so
so-
we'll load up on Weird Al songs.
Oh my God. There's just so much. Like, and the videos were the best part. The videos were so strong to his songs. Like, Bad and Fat. Those all had really good videos.
Yeah.
Fat and what else? Some of the other ones with really solid video. Like A Surgeon had a great video. And then he did another one that was like not Fat, but like the exact same. Remember, there was another song that was really similar. That was another Michael Jackson song he did. That, okay, that's gonna drive me nuts. It was really good.
Was it Eat It?
Yep, I'm thinking of Eat It instead of Beat It. That was a really good one. I mean, I could go on forever. He did so many good songs, and he always gets everyone's permission before he releases them. Even though there was that weird with
Coolio.
With the Coolio thing, where apparently he got someone he didn't give his permission. I don't know what the issue was, but
I guess Coolio was I guess his side of the story was he was upset that I don't know, I guess Gangster's Paradise was supposed to be a very serious, somber song, and he's like, why couldn't he picked a more like fun song, I guess? But
still, he asked and someone gave him permission, so what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
He got it. And I mean, I've seen him live before when I was in, I think, junior high or high school, and he'll do songs that he didn't get permission to do.
Oh wow.
Live.
Oh, that's cool.
Like, instead of
he
Live and
probably
Let
get
Die,
away
he
with
does
it.
Chicken Pot Pie, which he did not get permission of because Paul McCartney's a vegetarian. He wouldn't let him-
Really? That's the reason?
That was
Yeah, but he does
I
it
thought
live.
it'd be like I figured that would be like, one, it's Paul McCartney, so the rights are crazy. Two, it's a James Bond thing, so the rights are crazy. So it's just not worth all the tape. But
you know what? That makes sense because
so
they appeared in that Simpsons episode. Wasn't one of the deal was they have to be portrayed as vegetarians? They had to make a big
boy,
deal
are
that
they.
they're vegetarians. So they were on that vegetarian episode.
Yeah, maybe it was a 90s thing or something. Like, he was just really at that time obsessed with making everyone know I'm a vegetarian.
And then the latest thing from him we really liked, he did Hamilton. Like, it was just like just kind of like a speed version.
Yeah, it was like the polka. Like,
Yes,
every album
it's
has
the
a polka.
polkas. So it's the actual lyrics and everything. It's just, but it's set to polka and it works. It's really good.
It's so solid. Like, it's amazing. He's really got to be like at least in his 60s, if not 70s. But he's like, I would never guess. I feel like he looks exactly the same. He just changes his hairstyle.
Mm-hmm.
He looks exactly the same. And he's
Weird
still,
Al
like,
is 61 years old.
Wow. Huh. That he does not look like he's 61.
He's fantastic. Like, just what a gem. What a
He's a
great
national
guy.
treasure.
He is. There's so lovable. Just such a great.
Protect
so
him
amazing.
at all costs.
I
Protect
know.
him.
Adore him. And I adore this movie. It was just, movie was everything. And I feel like everyone my age, we can all just mention like Spatula City, or something. And everyone would be like, oh my God, I know that. Like, everyone knows it. And like, I always think of Michael Richards originally as Stanley Spadowski, not Kramer.
Yeah.
Like, that's who he always was to me originally.
Actually, no, this isn't the first thing I saw him in. The first thing I saw him in was in a movie called Transylvania 65000. It had like Jeff Goldblum in it and somebody else. I can't. Ed Begley Jr. I think maybe. Yeah. But it was almost like a parody horror movie. It was it was funny at the time. But yeah, he played this really crazy butler, so he likes playing those crazy characters, kind of.
He always. I think he just doesn't look. I don't think he could play someone normal if he tried. He looks so
probably
absurd.
not. Yeah.
He looks such a ridiculous looking person, you know. But there are also a lot of fun characters in this movie that it's surprising to see them play these like smaller roles who then would later blow up to be something else, like Fran Drescher and Michael Richards. I'm trying to think who else in this. Well, Victoria Jackson. I don't know if this is before SNL or during SNL.
It's during. She was on there from the mid '80s to the early '90s.
All right. Well, then it was like this was probably the best thing she ever did, quite honestly. Sadly. It's just I love this movie, and the music is fantastic. Like one of my favorite things from it is the Beverly Hillbillies theme done to "Money for Nothing" by Dire Straits. It's so well done. Like it fits perfectly. And this is before there were like you had computer programs to figure that out for you. Like you must have had to like print out the sheet music of both and then just tried to like figure how would it like fit, what song would fit perfectly with Money for Nothing. And then like the video is almost a shot for shot remake, like the way that Dire Straits video was made. Like it's very, very cool.
I knew the movie was going to be a winner when he perfectly parodied Raiders of the Lost Ark. Like that's how the movie's. I'm like, okay, we're in good hands. This is going to be good.
There are so many movie parodies in this. So many movie parodies. Like Treasure of the Sierra Madre. Was that the Badges one?
Yeah, the Badges.
That one. Yeah. I was trying to think of them as we were watching. And I was like, there are so many parodies in this.
Like the jokes come at you like a mile a minute, and like so non sequitur gags as well. Like when all of a sudden it cuts to him, he's like playing with the mashed potatoes. He's like, "This means something." Like it's a Close Encounters gag,
right?
Yeah, like, which I actually made Mike take a picture of me doing that once at a restaurant because I had a huge thing of mashed potatoes, and I had like 5 friends my age who were all like, "Oh my god, UHF," and then like 10 other friends, Close Encounters of the Third. I was like, "No, UHF." Never seen that Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
That hack Spielberg. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Dumbass.
I mean, this movie, there's it has the stereotypical 80s plot, and that's fine because this is a movie meant to showcase the.
It is not a thinker.
The gag.
No.
I mean, my old roommate would say like the first half of this movie is phenomenal, and then the second half dips because it has to focus on the plot where they're trying to save the station. But even
that's
still,
any
like
comedy. That's any comedy.
Yeah.
Like, even, like Happy Gilmore's kind of like that too. Like the first half is hilarious, but then it's like, oh great, we have to have a plot now. Now we have to have a contest and have the stakes raised or something.
But like the what was it, the plot where the evil station in town wants to buy the UHF station so he could have total ratings. It's so nonsensical.
Uncle Harvey lost a bet for $75,000, so he needs to sell the station really quickly so he can pay it off in 2 days. 2 days is all he has to pay it back. And apparently, even though Harvey looks like he's doing pretty well, that's his only option to get the $75,000. He's gonna have to sell that station right now. He can't hawk his wife's jewelry or anything.
You are gonna fall.
This is gonna get ugly real fast. This is gonna get worse before it gets better.
I see for those of you listening, there's a cat behind Mike and Corinne that's trying to balance itself, not successfully. And there it goes.
Down. This cat has to be the center of attention every time we're on here.
Yep.
Yeah, the older I get and the more I watch this, the more plot holes you realize with the $75,000 thing. It's so absurd.
Plus, as I pointed out, he could have gotten rid of the station a lot earlier. He could have called Warner Brothers and said, "Hey, they're showing your cartoons."
There's a Roadrunner cartoon that they show at one point, and it's like, wait, they have Warner Brothers cartoons? That's just something you notice when you're like in your 40s, you're like, wait.
Wait, Roadrunner, how did they get the rights to Warner Brother cartoons?
Yeah.
And you know what I was thinking of is there's so many people from this that I loved that I never saw again. Like the Bob character, I think he's great, but like the only time I ever saw him in anything else was in Cable Guy as the helicopter paramedic at the very end.
Oh wow, I didn't even realize that.
I ever saw him again, and that is not a great role. Like he has like 2 lines. But like, what happened to Bob? He had this great role in a great movie, and that's the only thing I've ever seen Bob in.
I'm looking at his.
I looked it up and I was like, oh, I didn't recognize anything.
character bits here and there. He
Yeah.
was in, he was in Heavyweights. That's actually a pretty fun movie. A Few Good Men, The Rock. None of these clearly starring roles, but
Surprised you don't recognize him from The Rock.
Huh? Yeah,
His name was like Doctor somebody or something.
Dr. Ling in The Rock.
He does not look like a Dr. Ling.
I was going to say that sounds questionable at best, but
It sounds like an appropriated role,
Probably only see him on screen for like a second.
like Cable Guy. But yeah, like what the hell happened there? Like he was good. There's like, oh, I mean maybe
like
stand out. But...
Looks like he's had at least a steady run of work. So good on him. He may not be the next whoever. I don't know.
I feel like considering how well that movie did and how like famous and much it stuck around in everyone's mind, it's weird that guy like just got nothing from it, from far as I can tell. Like not even a blip of like some success, like not even a couple movies. Like he just was given this one leading role and then they were like, that's enough.
He needs
Which
a better
does make
agent.
Me wonder, like I don't know, maybe this movie didn't do so well. Did it do well? Because I feel
I don't know.
It was a flop, big flop. It came out in it was produced on a budget for $50 million. Its box office was $6.1 million.
Ooh.
Which it made back its budget, but even for 1989,
it was $5 million budget, wasn't it?
Yeah. So it made back its budget, but not for like any marketing costs or anything probably. And like they usually say for a movie to be successful, it needs to make 2 to 3 times its budget. And this did not. And I think part of the reason, besides it being sort of a very bizarre sort of movie, it came out in the summer of 1989, which is known to be like one of the biggest blockbuster summers of all time.
Oh,
you had
geez.
Batman, Lethal Weapon 2, Ghostbusters 2, a Star Trek movie, a James Bond movie. I think one of the Back to the Futures came out that time. No, Back to the Future did not come out that time. Not number 2.
Still, it didn't stand a chance with that.
No, it had
1 or 92. I was actually a little younger than I thought, but I mean, I was still around like 9 or 10 when it came out, which is still pretty perfect for the movie, honestly. Huh?
Yeah. Indiana Jones. It was like the worst time for a movie like this, a small, funny summer comedy to be released because it was just going to get lost in the shuffle.
That's too bad.
But it found its audience later on.
Yeah.
I think so.
Because I mean, you can think of like big budget comedies that did really well, but then people forget about, and then something like this like stays years and years later, and everybody still watches it and talks about it and references it.
Yeah, it's definitely a movie that like.
I am wondering though, maybe I am part of a really niche market, but I feel like it was pretty popular. I don't know.
I'm guessing. I think more people did. Like found it on VHS. They probably were, that summer, like, I want to go see Batman, I want to see Ghostbusters, I want to see Indiana Jones. And then, like, according to Wikipedia, the source of all truth, it was like out of theaters by like the end of the month. So it was like it had like a month of theater play, and back at that time when movies would be in theaters for like months on end, that's not good.
Or some found a previewed version at the grocery store, like me. That's what they would call it, like a previewed version, meaning like it was like the VHS that they would send to like rental stores, and then they would sell them after, like later on.
So people found it afterwards. I mean, that's probably a majority of people have your story where they just found it in the VHS, like in the video store, and just built a cult following. And then probably Weird Al fans would track it down eventually and then show it to their friends and just kind of spread like that, like a virus. And
yeah. And I think it still holds up. I still think it's very funny.
It does.
I still really like it.
I watched it for the first time in a couple of years maybe 2 years ago. Yeah, maybe longer than that. I don't remember. But I showed it to my wife, who likes Weird Al but had never seen this movie, and me rewatching it's like, yeah, this movie still holds up. This is stupid, but it's good stupid.
It's a good, fun, stupid.
Like one of my favorite gags in that movie, where the guy is wearing like the 10-gallon hat, and they're saying like, take that ridiculous thing off, and he peels off the mustache. That's brilliant. That's my kind of comedy right there.
My favorite ones was his name, Emo Phillips. Emo Phillips, when with the tool and the saw, and he cuts his finger off. Boy, is my face red.
And it's just like spraying blood.
Yeah, and then it's one of the funniest things ever. It's just this very subtle sight gag where he's trying to say the name of the tool, and Weird Al says, saw. And then you just see Emo just kind of slowly mouth, like imitating him, like, that more, even more than the cutting his finger off, that little bit always stuck with me. Just his face doing that.
That is so great. I'm looking at RogerEbert.com.
Uh-oh. You give it 4 stars?
1 star, which I thought he did thumbs, but whatever. Apparently he did stars.
At least he didn't give it 0 stars.
1 star.
So he liked it better than Freddy Got Fingered, so that's good.
Well, there's that. He absolutely loathes this. The last paragraph is, the result is a very unfunny movie. I did not record a single laugh during the running time of the film. And although I admittedly saw the movie at a press screening and not on a Saturday matinee at the multiplex in the mall, I wonder how many laughs there will be when the movie does go public. It's routine, predictable, and dumb. Real dumb. He hates everything. Like, he hates all the actors. The movie is a satirical anthology like Kentucky Fried Movie or Amazon Women on the Moon. By the way, have you ever seen Amazon Women on the Moon?
I have not. I am aware of it, but I have not.
I love it. I love that movie. It's a very, very good movie. I've never seen Kentucky Fried Movie. I don't know what that is.
I loved Roger Ebert, but I would never listen to him or anybody else like him when it comes to comedies, because they never like him.
Yeah.
I recommend Kentucky Fried Chicken. No, scratch that.
Okay, all right, let's go. KFC.
I recommend Kentucky Fried Movie. It is it's very much in the style of Airplane and the Zucker films. So if you're familiar with them, like early Zucker films, not Scary Movie Zucker.
Right. But, when it was good.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's all these like little like 3-4 minute skits that go from bit to bit, very unrelated. It's funny. I recommend it.
That's actually exactly what Amazon Women on the Moon is. It's supposed to be someone changing the channel, essentially, and everything is. But it's actually, what's funny about it is it's so many like super famous people, like back in the 80s before they were famous, doing these ridiculous, funny things. It's very, very well done. But I feel like it didn't. I don't know that it translated very well, because like no one. I feel like I mentioned it online a couple years ago and nobody responded. People were like, I don't. And I was like, really? I felt like my family loved it, but we were really into comedy. So I don't know. I thought it was fantastic, but I don't know. Maybe it doesn't work very well anymore. I'm curious about Kentucky Fried Movie there. Now I'm going to look that one up. Because I would have loved it then if it's anything like these. I do love a great 80s comedy. Boy, do I.
There are so many great bits in UHF that it hits the right chord. I mean, I'm desperately trying to get my nieces to watch this movie, but they're fighting me on it a little bit. They like Weird Al. They did. They might be getting out of him now, because as kids, you're in and out of things all the time.
Right.
But they're in the perfect age gap for this sort of movie. It's not dirty. It's not like it's a very clean, silly comedy, which I think is to its benefit. And there's stuff that's quotable for years. Just kind of like what you were saying earlier with the shop teacher who cuts his hand and gives like the mouth. Like, when you were starting to describe the scene, it came to my mind immediately, and I just start laughing out loud because it's so goofy.
And it's perfect. It's like perfectly executed too.
I love the guy. who unfortunately this actor apparently died. He was supposed to do something more in the finale, but where he's like has the animal show. It's like, today we're going to teach poodles how to fly. He just chucks it out the window, and like Weird Al and Bob are looking at one another, and they're like, why'd you hire this guy? I thought you hired him. Like, no one knows how he got on the station. I mean, it's just so ridiculous.
Yeah, no, it's just that it's a great movie and it still holds up, and I love that you can still watch it and be like, yeah, this still makes me laugh, because sometimes every now and then there's something you love as a kid and then you watch it when you're an adult and you're like, oh, this isn't good.
Yeah.
Why did I think this was funny, but not this? This was like, oh no, this is just as good as I remembered it, if not better.
I'm looking at a website here. I may have to buy a Spatula City shirt.
Oh no.
You know where you can't buy it? Spatula City, because they sell spatulas and that's all. So you can't buy it there.
Buy 4 spatulas, get 1 free.
For 1 penny.
Hey, our anniversary is coming up soon, so I know where I'm going.
Hints being dropped.
I love how, like, in that commercial, it's like, I know exactly what they're parodying, but like, I love how everyone's just racing to get to Spatula City.
Running.
Okay, kids, let's go.
Yay! It's just, oh my god. I love their fake TV ads as well, like Conan the Librarian.
Oh, that's a great one, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're thinking of the Plots R Us one, the funeral home in the cemetery that has just, like the before one they show has a sloppy cemetery and there's just like limbs sticking out of the ground, which is apparently just normal. That's what everyone else does, They have a salad bar they just opened. It's just so absurd and so good. They're so stupid. Yeah, the Gandhi 2, Conan the Librarian.
Mm-hmm.
And he orders a steak. I didn't even get that until I was older. I was like, oh yeah, he's like vegan or something. Like, he wouldn't be ordering a steak.
Didn't he order like rare or something like that?
Medium rare. He ordered medium rare.
You can hear it through a very clear, what I'm pretty sure is like Latino accents, despite the fact that he's supposed to be Gandhi. But sure, not Indian, but
No more Mr. Passive Resistance.
Steak, medium rare. I'm like, whoa, what? I'm like, I don't think that's what Gandhi would have sounded like.
That's what adds to the joke so much.
Mm-hmm.
I know, they're just so good.
Controversial statement. I do not care much for the music video in the middle of this movie.
Well, it doesn't. There's no point in it. It has nothing to do with anything. It's like a dream sequence, essentially.
Yeah, it just stops the movie dead for me, and it's like, all right, we know we have to have this in there because it's a Weird Al thing. Let's just get through it, and then the movie picks up again. But
I loved it because I remember the video for Money for Nothing, and it did look exactly like that. And the song is, my brother loved Dire Straits, so at the time it was kind of a huge deal for us. But I imagine today people are like, what the hell is Money for Nothing, or whatever it's from? They probably don't even know what it's ripping off, And yeah,
I want to go on Wheel of Fish.
Wheel of Fish.
I think she can choose a box, and there's nothing in one of them.
You are stupid! Stupid!
Oh,
that
I'll find some. Go through some of the songs from this. So there's
soundtrack.
the Money for Nothing, Beverly Hillbillies, which we all know.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these are things that I don't think were either just weren't in the movie at all, or just were like very briefly mentioned, like Gandhi 2, the commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these are like a minute long. Attack of the radioactive hamster from a planet near Mars. Can't say I know that one. Not sure it's actually featured in it at all. Isle Thing, which I remember was, I believe, a ripoff of Wild Thing.
Yeah.
The Tone Loc song. And it was about Gilligan's Island, as I recall. The Hot Rocks polka. Everyone has a polka. UHF, that was just the song from the credits. Let Me Be Your Hog, which is a 19-second song which plays while Harvey is in the pool and his phone rings. You might remember that. Let me be
Yeah.
your heart.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Baby, 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 baby.
So you're saying there might be a Snyder cut of this that we should get.
I don't want to read comic books. I don't know what that means. She drives like crazy, which of course was a ripoff of She Drives Me Crazy by Fine Young Cannibals. I don't remember Generic Blues. Don't know what the hell that was. Probably not in the movie. Spatula City, the ad. Fun Zone.
Because I mean that's a
Fun
banger.
Zone.
So
Fun Zone is probably just background music from like Stanley Spadowski's Clubhouse or something.
yeah, probably.
Spam. Oh, that was a ripoff of what was Spam a ripoff of? Biggest Ball of Twine in Minnesota. I do remember that. Spam was hold on. That was I think a ripoff of another song. Let me just play a little bit of it real quick. I'm trying to remember what the hell Spam was.
What's your name? Billy. Billy what?
Oh, Stand. REM Stand.
Oh, okay. That's what's yeah, okay.
Stand in the place where you live. That was the Spam was ripoff. That's yeah, and that's one of the things from the ads, which I would love to, I don't know if I can find the trailer, but I probably like you remember the trailers of all the great movies back in the day. Like I remember that what scenes were in trailers. And I remember some of the ones from UHF, like specifically the that Billy thing was in the trailer.
Yeah.
It's positive.
Uh-huh.
Like
it was. That trailer is tattooed in my
you
head.
especially, yes, because it was in a movie. It was before a movie you watched a lot. So you probably saw it a million times. I'm trying to think what else from that was. I think. What were some of the other parts? Do you remember what else would have been in the trailer for that? I'm trying to think. 'Cause I know I would. Drive me crazy.
The trailer
probably.
for UHF.
Yeah.
Probably
Well,
when
they
he's
had
Rambo.
Conan the Librarian.
Probably when he's Rambo. I'm sure that probably.
Yeah, they did. There was
Yeah.
where he's turning around like a man of action, and he looks like
Mhm.
Rambo, and they had the scene of like clearly it's a picture of the Coliseum that just blows up.
And I'm sure some of the beginning of the Indiana Jones parody, I'm sure that was in that too.
When he-
Yeah, and I think the part when he's
Yeah, the head when his head turns. Yeah.
when he's about to leave his show and crying, and he's like, "I hope you enjoy it." Is that part of it too?
I don't remember that. I don't think that was in there. They had the fire hose. You get a ride. You get a drink from the fire hose. Open wide. Whoosh.
Oh, that's so funny that you can remember like the parts that are in, like that you remember what was in the trailers because you saw that clip so many times. You know, like,
Yeah.
from commercials and stuff as a kid.
I think it opened up with the bit where they're watching the little TV. It's like guns don't kill people. I do, and he, like shoots the camera. Like, fun fact about Philo. The mechanic who turned out to be an alien.
Mm-hmm.
Originally, they offered that role to Joel Hodgkins from MST3K. And he said, no, I don't want to do it.
Huh.
What an idiot.
I think he, what was it? There's a reason I think he, oh my gosh, interesting. He turned it, so I'm reading on Wikipedia, so it's gotta be truth. He turned on the role feeling he wasn't a good enough actor.
Huh.
I mean, I don't know that movie requires acting from anyone, really.
Also interesting, they approached Crispin Glover for that role as well.
That makes sense.
But Glover said, in typical Glover fashion, he only wanted to play a used car salesman and no other part. So he turned the offer down.
He could have been this guy who clubs the seal.
Yeah.
Why didn't they give him that one? Crazy Eddie who clubbed the baby seal if no one doesn't buy a car. Why didn't they offer him that role then?
Eventually, when they gave it to whoever got it, Anthony Geary, he was on General Hospital, and he quickly decided he wanted to do it because he was a fan of Weird Al Yankovic, and he wanted to play a role that was completely opposite of what he'd been doing previously.
Oh, that's cool.
So
Oh, that's fun.
Well, more power to him then.
Yeah, good job, Philo.
Want to be the host of Plenty of Fish. That's a completely different thing. The host of Wheel of Fish and the dojo guy. He of course is known to be the
Long Duck Dong.
questionable character. Yeah. From a
Fuck
few
yeah,
years
I
earlier
know
from
Getty
16
Watanabe.
Eagles.
I love Long Duck Dong.
No more Yankee on my wanky.
Donger
That's
need food. Yes, no more Yankee my wanky. Donger need food. Oh, sexy girlfriend. Oh my gosh. He is like single-handedly responsible for why people think that Asian men are considered like an unsexy stereotype. Like he did that all himself. Just him being his ridiculous self movies in the 80s. I think he was also in Seinfeld, which is a fun callback to Kramer. Isn't he one of the guys that sleeps in his drawer?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Oh,
Right.
I saw he was in the episode of The Checks, but I couldn't figure out what character he was. But yeah, that's the one where Kramer has like
90s businessman staying in his like apartment.
Yeah.
In drawers, which would how interesting that those two would be back together again after UHF and then that.
Did they have any scenes together in UHF though?
I don't think
outside
so.
of maybe the big crowd scene at the end.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You know, I love that. Going back to the plot, how ridiculous it is. Like they have to have the money by midnight, and if it's
2 days,
not,
in 2 days to get $75,000. You'd think that a gambler, a professional gambler, would have a little more grace with somebody and know that that's not really possible. Even if you're legitimately getting out of a bank, you probably need a few days to do that.
Maybe there's a whole backstory. Maybe this guy like doesn't like what was the character's name? What was the Uncle
Harvey?
Uncle Harvey. Maybe he doesn't like Uncle Harvey because he's like pissed off at him, so he's giving him this ridiculous deadline just so he has an excuse to finally take care of him.
Could be.
I don't know, but also as somebody if you've watched like Uncut Gems or something, you know that he wouldn't be like, "Oh my God, I need to get this money." He'd be like, "Time to make another bet."
True. Good
I'll
point.
just bet that money back. I'll dig my way out of this hole.
That happy movie.
That's a great ending. I almost hated the ending, and then the ending happened, and I was like, I love this ending.
I did not see the movie.
I highly recommend it. It is. You'll like it a lot more than you think you will. I'll just say that. It's very
I'm
good.
sure it's a very good movie. I've heard nothing but good things, and I hear Adam Sandler actually shows, yes, he can act. Instead of just movies where patience.
Very good.
But I got like 900 other things to watch, so I'll get to that eventually, if ever. But I'm boycotting it because they didn't want to give him the Oscar, so actually, no, I'm not.
So you're boycotting the movie? For not giving...
Yep. Mm-hmm. My logic is locked tight, like the plot of this film.
Take that.
I want to own a TV station. That'd be like a fun job. Where's their money they're coming from to come up with these new shows? Because clearly they have to pay people, and they have no money.
Yeah, I mean, I do love the absurd budget that increases like every week for Stanley Spadowski's Clubhouse, which they show you that at the beginning I think there's even when he just quits the show and like comes back from commercial break and now everybody loves the show because Stanley's on it, there are somehow the audience is bigger. And I'm like, did they bring kids in on the break? Like, come on, this show suddenly got interesting in the last couple minutes. Let's fill in these seats. Like, but that show especially seems to be the only revenue stream is Stanley Spadowski's Clubhouse, which goes from being like in our kitchen to being in like Wrigley Field at the end. It's so ridiculous how like huge it gets as the show goes on, and he has like old people watching.
Like people in the bars are watching. The people who are day drinking in the bar are watching it. It's like they're never going to watch this, but it just adds to the charm of the ridiculousness of this movie. Like they knew exactly what they were making. There was no pretension at all behind this film.
Very much so. It's very earnest, I would say. Yeah. Like it's just trying to be funny. It's not acting like it's anything it's not.
Mm-hmm.
I think Weird Al said this was not a movie. This was not a critic's movie, and it's not.
Mm-mm.
It's kick back with a couple of beers and laugh for a few hours, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
That is 100% what it is. Yes.
I mean, it almost becomes, since Weird Al's not done any other movie solo like he did, it's almost become like a I don't want to say like its own sort of myth, but like there's nothing else there that can compete with it. Like it's not like he went on to do a
It's
string
its own
of comedy
genre
films.
almost.
Like it has nothing. It doesn't have other things of its type to compete with. Whereas you'd have this is a terrible example, so I apologize. The Jackass movies, based on the TV show, where they do the pranks and stuff like that. Like there's like 4 or 5 of them now. Like that first one, if you're in college and everything, you idiots, you laugh and that's it. But like there are so many of them now that it just desaturizes the impact of the first one. And I'm not saying Jackass is on par quality with something like UHF. It's not. It's bottom of the barrel. But just to use a terrible example, and I'm glad that this sort of exists in its own vacuum.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to think what else. The only other even novelty performance groups that I can think of would be like Flight of the Conchords or something. Like there's really not many famous, like funny music groups and none that have made a movie as far as I can tell. It's definitely like its own genre, really.
Yeah.
There's really nothing kind of like it.
I don't know how you would, like, Weird Al was in a spot where he could pull off because his thing was pure parody. I'm not familiar with Fly of the Conchords stuff all that much, so I don't know what they're.
It's not parody like that. It's not like where it sounds like another song or anything,
right?
But the songs are all like funny. They did have a show on HBO for a while that was really good. I think they were the ones who decided to stop it. It was pretty popular. Called Flight of the Conchords. It was really good. And they still do perform a good amount. They do comedy tours and stuff with stand-up people.
There's also that Tenacious D.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's
did they have like 1 or 2 movies?
They had one, I think. I never saw it, but I think they had at least one.
I didn't know they had movies.
Yeah.
Huh.
I think Jack Black, that's kind of when he was like in his big A game stage, decided to throw his fame around to get that made. But yeah, I mean it's such a unique thing that that Weird Al did, that like his music translates. I don't know. I used the quotes in the wrong context. Like I wouldn't say this movie is an adaptation of his music, but like his humor that's present in this music is definitely present in this film with the parodies, the corniness, the cheesiness, the elegance and its simplicity of what it does, that I think allows it to be, yes, this is very much a Weird Al sort of thing. No one else would make a movie like this.
Yeah, agreed.
So give it like another 2-3 years, they'll come out with UHF 2, because that's what Hollywood does now. They find anything mildly popular, release a sequel decades after they should have.
Chew it up, regurgitate it, and feed it to their babies.
And they'll have somebody replace Weird Al in the role too.
It'd be Nick Cannon.
So yeah, if you haven't seen UHF yet, you should. I think that's the big takeaway from this. And then also enjoy his catalog, his musical catalog.
Yes. I think the long, varied history of Weird Al.
I think UHF is currently available to watch on Amazon Prime as of this date, end of August 2021. I don't know how long it's been up on there, but you can also get it on DVD and glorious Blu-ray.
If you have a Blu-ray player, you should get it.
So probably get it on VHS too, but good luck finding a workable VHS player. I'm actually surprised people still like to make record players, that there isn't like some company out there that makes like a VHS that people could still buy and use.
Right, yeah.
Well, I don't know that. Like, people will claim that, an LP somehow sounds better or something. I don't know that anyone's out there saying, like, VHS quality, though.
True.
So good.
I'd figure just for the nostalgic purposes, no? I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know.
maybe.
Well, I mean, even just so you can, like, people who want to convert and watch old videos, that the home videos and things. Because you used to tape so much stuff from the television onto a VHS.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know what I'm doing tonight. I'm scouring the web for people who make new VHS players. Not that I need to buy one, but that's fun.
And I think I'll be listening to a Weird Al album as I go to sleep too.
I think you should.
I'm sure. I think I will.
Yeah, I gotta say, even though it's not one of his more popular songs, I have a soft spot for the theme of this movie. I think it's catchy. I think it works for a movie theme. The actual titular song UHF. Like, we got it all on UHF, which is not a parody. I think it's an original song of his, but
So yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly,
which
just
is also
the idea of
featured
it is
in
actually
the trailer.
pretty original. The idea of the movie, like owning a TV station, like that's actually like pretty clever.
Yeah.
I don't know about any other movies like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was
It's
original.
It's definitely a spin on the whole genre of films made infamous by oh my God, what's the name of that movie? Something 2, Electric Boogaloo. Break-In 2, Electric Boogaloo, where the plot of that film is a bunch of kids banding together to stop a developer from destroying a community
Like
center.
a youth center or something. Yeah, one of those like, stop the big white man from the rich old guy from taking down and ruining everyone's fun.
It's like the stock plot for like every late 80s, early 90s kids movie. Like we need a kids movie. What's the plot? They're destroying a park. Evil businessman destroying a park. Okay. So, all right. Well, I don't know. I got nothing else to say about UHF. I mean, other than I think the majority of this episode was us quoting the film, which is
just gushing over it.
It's a good movie. It's hilarious. It has a timeless quality. There's some comedies that just don't in later generations. And I'm not talking about like content. It's just like the style of humor moves or like, too dated. This no. It's wonderful. Even if you don't get the references, the absurdity makes it work.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So. All right. Well, I got nothing else. Do you guys got anything else?
I don't think I do.
I
No,
don't think
we
so,
discussed
no.
the actors, the ones who did well, the ones who did not, all the songs from it.
Yeah.
Everything that made it so great. Why it's still funny today.
Yep.
I think I'm going to buy this movie because physical media is something that needs to still happen.
Yes, get a director's cut. Get some scenes.
The Snyder cut. We need the Snyder cut.
Who directed this movie? The Jay Levy, Levay, the Levay cut. Hashtag release the Levay cut.
It'll be 8 hours long.
Oh my God, that might be too much of a good thing. So, all right. Well, Mike, Corinne, thanks for joining me tonight to talk about UHF. This was a good idea to do this.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, thanks for having us.
I think it was your idea that came up with UHF. Now I don't remember. It sounds like I'm thinking myself if it was my idea.
No,
but I'm pretty sure one of you guys brought it up.
I've mentioned it before. I'm sure like on Facebook or something I've probably mentioned something about UHF. I talk about it often, but I think it was your idea.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Well, as my smugness knows no bounds, I've clearly just thanked myself with my great idea. So this is it. So, all right. Well, thanks for listening, everyone, and tune in next week when we talk about Twilight.
You've been listening to the all-new CultureCast. Check us out on social media. Drop us an email at nick.culturecast@gmail.com. We can't promise we'll read it. Theme music by Dana Vodovaz. Check out his work on YouTube with Vodovaz Music Productions. This has been the all-new CultureCast, a saltwater production. Original material copyright 2021. Thanks for listening.
You guys were in part of a dream I had. It was very bizarre. My
Oh,
wife
yeah?
and I in the dream were having some party. I don't know what for. My wife made like all these hamburgers. She's making like hamburgers left and right. And you guys came and my wife's like, I made hamburgers. I made hamburgers. Like she's really excited about her hamburgers. And like Mike, like, oh, okay, that's cool. And Corinne, you like whip out this list of like this like very complicated like ingredient thing that says like, does it meet with this requirement, this requirement, this requirement? And I was like, I don't know. She's like, all right, well, I'm just going to the Burger Local, which is a local hamburger place in downtown Geneva, and say like, I'm just going to get a burger from there because you know they make the stuff that I can eat, and you just like
Wow.
and
I'm a terrible guy.
and like
Wow, I'm not nice at all. That's something he would do. He's the one who wouldn't eat the food you make.
That's true. I think, yeah, the roles got reversed on that one.
That's him.